Have you ever read a story that just gets under your skin? The kind that gives you a genuine shiver? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on Haveli Kasaya, which is a fantastic Hindi suspense story. We're going to deconstruct it and look at all the little tricks the author uses to build a mystery that's just so gripping. All right, let's dive in.
Okay, so let me start by asking you a question. Picture this. There's a hidden treasure, and it's big enough to solve all of your problems. The only catch? It's inside a creepy old mansion that's been abandoned for half a century. And, well, all the locals swear it's haunted. So would you do it? Would you go inside? Because that's the exact choice our main character is facing.
You see, a great mystery doesn't just pop out of nowhere. It's built, piece by piece, brick by chilling brick. So let's start at the very beginning, with the foundation of the story, the world of Haveli Kasaya and the legend that haunts it.
So, check out how perfectly the scene is set. We've got a remote village, which right away gives you that feeling of isolation. No one's coming to help you. Then there's the mansion, abandoned for 50 years. That gives it a history, a dark personality. You add in a local legend about a treasure that comes with a price, and finally, our hero, Riya, someone who's totally relatable. These four things, they're the perfect ingredients for a suspense story.
In the world of storytelling, this whole setup has a name. It's called exposition. It's basically the groundwork, giving the audience all the essential info about who, what, and where without just dumping it on them. By doing this so well, the author makes sure we're already invested and a little on edge before the real action even kicks off.
All right, so we've got our creepy setting and our hero. But let's be real. What could possibly convince someone to just walk into a place like that? You'd need a really, really good reason, right? A problem so big that facing a ghost actually seems like a reasonable option. And that leads us right to Riya's dilemma.
And there it is, 5 lakh rupees. Now, this isn't just a random amount of money. This is what's needed for a life-saving operation for her grandmother. This is what storytellers call the inciting incident. It's that one moment that completely upends the hero's life and forces them down a dangerous new path, a path that leads straight to the mansion's front door.
But it's not just about the money. As she's trying to figure out what to do, an old man from the village gives her this absolutely bone-chilling warning. He says, "Be careful. That shadow, it drives a person mad." And just like that, the stakes are so much higher. This isn't just a financial risk anymore. It's a risk to her own sanity.
So look at this. This is the impossible choice she's stuck with. If she does nothing, her grandmother's health is in jeopardy. But if she enters the mansion, she's facing some unknown supernatural threat. There's no good option here, no easy way out. And that right there is the mark of a truly great story.
So, the choice has been made. And now we get into what's called the rising action. This is where the tension just starts to build and build, one agonizing step at a time. Riya is officially past the point of no return, and the real suspense is about to begin. Now, notice how the author actually slows down time here. It makes everything feel so much more intense. At midnight, she's at the gate. 1 minute later, at 12:01, the door creaks open. By 12:03, she's already climbing those stairs into the dark. Every single second is a deliberate step further away from safety.
The author uses all these little details to make you feel the dread. Riya doesn't just see the mansion, she feels it. The dust, the spider webs, the silence, and then the air gets colder as she goes up the stairs, a classic sign that something spooky is about to happen. And then, bam! A single footstep from upstairs. Suddenly, that local legend feels very, very real. Okay, so the stage is set, the hero is in danger, everything is in place, and now for the masterstroke. The way this part of the story ends, leaving us hanging on the absolute edge of our seats, just desperate to find out what happens next.
After hearing that footstep, Riya just freezes. She's terrified, obviously, but she pushes through it, and she calls out into the darkness. Who is it? It's such a brave moment, defying whatever's up there, and right at that moment of confrontation. Her torch goes out, and the story just ends. It plunges Riya and us into complete and total darkness. This, my friends, is a classic cliffhanger. You know that feeling when your favorite TV show cuts to black right at the most intense part? That's what this is. By stopping the story right here, at the absolute peak of tension, the author has us completely hooked. We have to know what made that noise and what's waiting for her in the dark. And that leaves us with this huge question. Was the old man right, Is there really some supernatural shadow haunting this place? Or is the source of that footstep something or someone much more human and maybe even more dangerous? The story doesn't give us any answers, just an amazing mystery to think about.